Hello and welcome to my channel Deep Astro Universe. Today I'll be talking about how will be uh, the May 2024 for Aries, Taurus, Gemini and Cancer ascendants. So before I begin, I would like to convey a small message for all those people who want to take any kind of paid consultation. You can contact me on my WhatsApp number, and even now Kundli booklet PDF is also available at rupees 1000, where you can get your personalized Kundli PDF where all the Mahadashas, whether which one is good or bad, even the events of life. Along with that, some minute details about your Navmancha, Dashmancha, and your D1 chart will be mentioned very, you know, very nicely in a very well systematic manner, so that you can understand how will be your career, how will be your marriage life, all these things, how will be your luck, how will be each and every Mahadasha, and depending on that, the events of life. So if you want to get it, you can get it available by contacting me or filling off my form. I will definitely send it to your email or contact number. So now we'll begin with the Aries ascendants. For you people, your ascendant lord Mars will be transiting in the Pisces sign in the 12th house. Firstly, it will be in Uttara Bhadrapad Nakshatra till 14th May. After that, it will be in Revati Nakshatra. Uttara Bhadrapad Nakshatra is of Saturn, while Revati Nakshatra is of Mercury. So, more so ever, there will be, firstly, till 14 May will be effect of, Saturn, and then there will be effect of Mercury. And another important thing is that because Mars will be conjunct with Rahu, so somewhere it will be aggravating your anger, and because it is forming in the 12th house, so losses can also occur along with it, some expenditures, and even intense anger can also aggravate at this time. Even you can get into fights with people, because 12th house is all about losses, loss of energy, time and money. These all things are possible, and because till 14th May it will be in Saturn Nakshatra, so be careful. Whatever gains you will have, whatever money you will have, maybe that gets out in certain expenditures that might come all of a sudden in your life, because the 8th house is going in the 12th house. But for those people who want to go to foreign lands, and if your Mahadasha under in Patintar is actually somewhere helping you reach your destination, or some faraway place where you want to start a new career or even higher education, something like that, then it's the best time. Even for those who want to get into advanced technology, MNC services also, those kind of jobs also you can foster at this time. Now, coming about talking about the Mars being in the Revati Nakshatra, in the nakshatra of Mercury. So Mercury will be there in the Aries sign from 10th May. Before that, it will be in Pisces sign. So after 14 May, Mars will somewhat give effects of Mercury, which will be placed in your first house in the Aries sign. Along with that, Mercury will be conjunct with Sun and Venus. So the effect will be as such that you can consider like shifting to new place. That can be possible. Even your children can go to new place, because Sun will be conjunct over here with Mercury, making a Buddha-Aditya Yoga in the first house. Along with that, Venus will also be there, but there will definitely be flow of money from foreign lands, maybe through your children, or maybe through your own knowledge and intellect. You go to you join some MNCs or any foreign clients or anything like that, with which you will see a flow of money in your life. And even you can even see that you are actually enjoying with your family, and with your partner. Even for those who want to get married at this time, you can find the right partner, you can get into a relationship right at this time. Even as I said, for those people who want to even take loan for something, even rent their property, that is also possible. For anyone who were in any kind of trouble, any kind of disease, that also you can find a solution for it. But mind it, there can be still certain amount of uh, expenditures related to some family members health issues that can be there. Okay, now another important thing that I would mention over here is that because the Buddha-Aditya Yoga is forming in the first house, your mind will definitely be, your intellect will definitely be in your favor, and you will be possibly be able to work accordingly. Now Venus here will help you in getting married, or because the second house and seventh house lord will be there in the first house with the fifth house lord. So somewhere marriage possibilities, starting of new business, childbirth, all these possibilities also there, along with the talking about the career front. Even maybe you can initiate something with your siblings, or you can initiate something can be initiated at this time, even as a service. Okay, that also is possible, but mind it, some competition can also come along with that, some fights can also be there. Even depending on the Mahadasha and Antardasha and Pratyantardasha, this conjunction can behave in different possible ways for you all. Similarly, when this particular Venus will enter into Taurus sign with Jupiter, it will get conjunct, because Jupiter will be transiting in the Taurus sign on 1st May, and later it will get conjunct on 19th May with Venus, and even Sun will enter there on 14th May. So there will be a conjunction forming again in Taurus sign. So some big conjunctions are forming, firstly in the Aries sign, then in the Taurus sign. Already there will be one conjunction of Mars and Rahu in the Pisces sign, and Ketu will be there in the 6th house, Virgo sign. So when the Taurus sign will be so active, when the conjunction of Jupiter, Venus, and Sun will be forming from 19th May, then at that time you can see a lot of opportunities to increase your money, and even you can see expansion of your family, expansion in money. So a lot of expansion of money and family can be there. Even you can get married, or as I said, some money possibilities, or start of a new business with family, something can be there at this time. Even one can enjoy at this time. You can even buy something, and if you were having any court case or something like that, in that also you will gain something. Out of that you can gain something. Along with that, you will definitely acquire a good position in your career. If possibly looking for a new job, that is also there, because somewhere it will be affecting your money houses, so definitely need for money. But mind it, when Jupiter enter your Taurus sign, it will be in the second house, so you need to keep in check of your eating habits, because Venus will also be there conjunct after 18th May. So somewhere your eating habits can result into fatty liver, or increase in if not increase in weight, then indigestion, fatty liver, diabetes, and all those issues. Okay, even cholesterol, increase in cholesterol, all these things can happen. But still, I would say, for those who want to take something, buy something on loan and give something on rent, then this will be the best time for you. Even if you want to buy something for your own leisure and pleasure, even inheritance, you can acquire inheritance if you have invested your money into stock, share market, or something like that. That will also see an increment. Even you can get money. As I said, this is the best time for you to get married also, because possibility of getting married and starting a new business and career is really in your cards. And even getting into a new relationship along with that, not just into relationship, but for anyone who want to conceive at this time, they can definitely, because it's one of the best time looking for Aries ascendants. Then talk about Saturn. Saturn will be there in the Aquarius sign, 11th house. So Saturn is slowly helping you fulfill your desires, because earlier it was giving its third aspect on the Jupiter, which was quite critical, because Jupiter here in the first house was not able to give the full result of it, because Jupiter in first house is almost like it nullifies all the bad karmas of the chart. But because Saturn was giving its third aspect, so everything was delayed. Now when Jupiter will enter into second house, the results of Jupiter will be far more visible in your life. And even Saturn here in the 11th house will start giving you good results, whatever desires you had, gains and opportunities, because now Saturn is above 18 degree and it has started to give results, whether good or bad, depending on your Mahadasha, Antar and Pratyantardasha, and even the Sade Sati period, depending on your placement of moon. But definitely for the childbirth, for your own growth, for any kind of inheritance and transformation, this is the best time for you. Now, as I have said, Rahu will be there in the 12th house. So 12th house Rahu is a critical position. If you want to go to foreign land or want to have any connection with the foreign places, then definitely that can be there. But Rahu in the 12th house is a really critical condition, especially if I talk about the expenditures, losses, any kind of money loss, anger, loss of energy, loss of time, and even you can get trapped into some some extremely cunning people. You can get trapped by some extremely cunning people who might deceive you in life, okay, in terms of your money or anything, okay. And talking about Ketu being in the sixth house, it will definitely somewhere disturb your daily routine life. So most probably, I always tell, when Ketu transit in the sixth house, what you need to do, you don't need to make a structure of your daily routine work. Just do whatever comes first, okay. That's the kind of habit you need to keep. And when Jupiter will start aspecting the Ketu, then you will see most of the people, many people will have this habit of letting go things. So when from 1st May, when Jupiter will enter into Taurus sign, it will aspect Ketu from fifth aspect. Many of us will start this habit of, okay, let it go. Whatever happened, let it go. This kind of definitely this kind of habit, or this kind of intelligence will come in many of the human beings, and you will see this beautiful change happening after 1st May, okay. This was for Aries ascendants, talking about Taurus ascendants. So your ascendant lord Venus will be firstly transiting in the Aries sign, where it will conjunct with Mercury and Sun. So this conjunction in the Aries sign in the 12th house, it's average for Taurus people. If your Venus Mahadashantar and Pitantar is going on, or Sun or Mercury, then this is an average conjunction, because most probably you will definitely get into expenditure. Definitely some expenditure will come, definitely some where you need to spend money. If not, but definitely there's a possibility that you can get into spirituality. Your mind will be very calm. If I talk about the bed pleasures, you can enjoy the bed pleasures. If you wanted to go for foreign studies, that is also possible, but expenditure will also be there, okay. Maybe you get into spirituality, okay, the higher realm of life, okay. You start doing all these things, you start doing, like, some different kriyas and yogas and pujas, all those things also. It's possible, because Venus being the first house and the sixth house lord is going to 12th house. Definitely some expenditure can be there, on loan, on rent, or anything taken on loan or rent and given on rent, and even on your health also, okay. And loss of job can also be there. And talking about Sun being the lord of the fourth house, there is a possibility of travel also. You can go for travel, and if not travel, then you can even keep yourself aloof from rest of the from the social life, okay. That is also possible. Along with that, if I talk about the Mercury, which will be conjunct over there, it is the lord of your second house and the fifth house. So definitely possibility that your children can go far away from you, and even you can go far away from your family, that this conjunction conveys. And if I talk about the Venus, from 19th May, it will transit in Taurus sign, in its own sign, the first house, where it will be conjunct with Jupiter, which will be placed in the Taurus sign from 1st May. And here Sun will also be conjunct from 14th May. This is another very beautiful conjunction. Why? Because this is the increase of wisdom, this is the increase of intellect, your pride. Even somewhere you will feel very confident. I don't know why Taurus people will start feeling very confident, very positive, that now things are going in their favor. Maybe still some problems are there, but still you will get that positivity in you. That optimistic behavior will help you increase your luck, and you will start believing in dharma. You might visit some pilgrimage or even temples. You can do puja, you can start doing mantra sadhana. Even possibilities of getting into relationship, marriage, childbirth, higher education. Even in your basic education you can do great. Your creativity will help you, and this is all about new changes, okay. And here Venus will be conjunct, so somewhere first house becomes very strong. Sun will be there, pride will increase, and you will somewhere enjoy your life. Your comforts will come up to you, because the fourth house lord, even your mother will enjoy a lot of comforts. Talking about Mercury, that's the talking about the Venus here will be there in the first house, being the lord of the sixth house. So if I talk about, even your enemies will be even people will be envious of you, jealous of you, but they won't be able to do anything, because the Venus will be strong in the first house, okay. People will be envious of you, but they won't be able to do anything. And even some possibilities of getting job opportunities, or you becoming a very service oriented kind of a person, providing service to others, that is also possible in your case. If I talk about health issues, then health issues can come, but definitely that can be just because of your eating habits, that can result into, you know, indigestion, fatty liver, all those things, diabetes, and even that can happen to your father also, okay, and mother also. But possibility is more so ever of, I know, anything, any health issue related to Jupiter and Venus. That's why I said diabetes, cholesterol, indigestion, fatty liver, these kind of issues are mostly connected with Jupiter and Venus, because Jupiter will be there for the long time. So I have connected more with the Jupiter, and Sun being the lord of your fourth house, connected with mother, and even Sun is Karaka of father also. So that's the reason I said. And just because I would here curtail one thing, that possibly because your Saturn is in the 10th house, it is giving you strong karmic possibilities to fulfill all your karmas, whether in the professional life or any karma. And that karmas can be linked with the 12th house, some spiritual, some yogic karmas you had, you wanted to do something related to the higher dimensions and realm, you wanted to do charitable things, you wanted to get into some foreign jobs or companies or any college, that also is also possible, because Saturn here in the 10th house is talking about fulfilling your karmas, okay, not just career, karmas, okay, career, professional karmas, and all the karmas are linked with the 10th house. And it will definitely, I don't say Saturn here provides you status, but Saturn here will somewhere push you to work hard towards your karmas. The karmas are all about the 10th house, whether it be your professional karmas or any kind of karmas. Now the karmas can be linked with the 12th house, where talk about the spirituality. You always wanted to do yoga, some charitable thing, any higher dimension kind of activities, okay, you wanted to get into some foreign college or foreign, MNCs, all those things, you wanted that, you wanted any kind of a foreign connection, so somewhere that will get connected, and the karma will come up to you to fulfill it, and you need to work hard towards it. The same goes for the fourth house, where it is aspecting with the seventh aspect, the strongest aspect, okay. So here it is talking about you need to fulfill the karmas towards your motherland, okay, your comforts, you need to work upon that, okay. Talking about the other karma is the Scorpio being the most uh, strongly aspected by Saturn and Jupiter from the 1st May. That means for any Lagna and moon sign, if your Scorpio is coming in any of the houses, this particular zodiac sign, okay, is the strongest at this time. So for Taurus people, it comes in your 7th house. So now possibility of working towards, means your karma to work toward your marriage and business has started from 1st May. So you need to uh, you cannot escape from your karma, so it's now time.
अब एस्ट्रो यूनिवर्स लेके आया है कुंडली एनालिसिस बुकलेट, आपकी पर्सनलाइज्ड कुंडली बुकलेट, जिसमें आपको D1 चार्ट, D9, D10 चार्ट, आपकी महादशास जो अच्छी हैं या बुरी हैं, और साथ में मेजर इवेंट्स जो आपके लाइफ में होने वाले हैं उससे रिलेटेड टू ये बुकलेट सिर्फ 1000 रुपीज़ में। तो अभी बुक कर सकते हैं आप हमारी ईमेल आईडी पे या फिर व्हाट्सएप नंबर पे हमें मैसेज करके।
To complete that and work in that direction, to complete all the karmas related to Scorpio sign. In your case, it's marriage and business. So that's what I would talk about. Another, planets like Rahu and Ketu, because Rahu is sitting in your 11th house. It is definitely fulfilling your desires. It is giving you desires, and it is even fulfilling your desires. But will those desires result into something? It depends on your Mahadasha, Antardasha, and Pratyantardasha. Just keep in mind, because Rahu is in the 11th house, Mars is also there. And till 14 May, Mars will be in the Putra Bhadrapad Nakshatra, which is Nakshatra of Saturn. So somewhere it will be giving results of your Saturn only, okay, but conjunct with Rahu. So any of the excessive desires you have, and it doesn't get fulfilled, some whatever desire you had, and it is not it is getting delayed, because now the nakshatra is of Saturn, okay, Mars nakshatra will be Saturn till 14th May. So every desire that you will have, it will definitely get delayed. Now whenever things get delayed, your anger also, somewhere get, increased, just because you wanted to have this at this particular time, but you are not getting it. So that kind of aggression can result into some impulsive behavior. Mind it, this is just a transit, so you need to keep control over your desires. Sometimes you might not get what you wanted or you thought for your life. Okay, after that, from 14th May, Mars will be in Revati Nakshatra, which is Nakshatra of Mercury, and Mercury will be there in the Aries sign. So, most probably, it will be the most critical time for you. That's the reason why I said after 14th May, if the Mahadasha is of Mars, Rahu, Mercury, Mahadasha Antaram Pitintar, then after 14th May, this Mars can make you little bit impulsive. Impulsive in the sense you can see an increase in your aggression, especially out of any kind of expenditure, over expenditure, or losses that are coming in your life, that can come in your life. uh, it can result into some kind of debate or fight. And 12th house is not just loss of your money, it is even loss of your energy and time. And loss of energy comes when you're fighting, anger increases. Okay, 12th house, 8th house, 6th house, if they are the most active houses in somebody's chart, then that also talks about that you are anger prone person. Means your anger is uh, to a level higher than what we expect from any person. It's more than that. So that's the reason I would say, you can, if your Mahadasha, Antar and Pitantar is of Mars, Rahu and Mercury, what you can do is after 14th May, you can worship to Lord Hanuman. You can you can donate red fruit to him on Tuesdays and Saturdays. That will be really helpful. For talking about Ketu being in the fifth house somewhere, it is detaching. It's not detaching. It's actually somewhere making you frivolous towards that direction. You are not so careful about your relationships, about your education, about your intellect, about your creativity. So you're not focusing much over there now, with that much attention. So that's the reason why I said you might have become a little bit frivolous about the fifth house condition, even towards your children. So this is only up till when Ketu is there. But good thing is that from 1st May, Jupiter will be aspecting Ketu, and when Jupiter will be aspecting Ketu, what gonna happen is Jupiter being in the first house will somewhere make you a kind of a person who has this intellect and wisdom to let go of things. Many people will start trusting their instinct and will get more optimistic to let go of things and move ahead in life. This kind of attitude will be there, whether it be related to your relationship, whether it be related to your skills, creativity, your intelligence. Maybe some people might be like, as such, you went into any kind of a relationship breakup or something like that. And after that, because Jupiter is transiting in the first house, it will aspect Ketu. You might feel like, okay, let it go. This was, you might feel somewhere, okay, this was my destiny, and I have to somewhere accept it. Okay, this could be the condition for you. Talking about Rahu, I have already discussed. Saturn, I have already discussed. So this was all for Taurus ascendant. Now talking about Gemini. For Gemini ascendant, Mercury will be there in the Aries sign, your ascendant lord, in the 11th house. And till the time it is in the Aries sign, it will be conjunct with Venus and Sun. So this is a very beautiful yoga. If the Mahadashantar and Pitantar is going off Mercury, Venus, and Sun, then what's gonna happen is that Venus, being the lord of your 12th house, will help you get gains from investments, foreign elements, and all those things. Even it can, help you gain some relationship. A new relationship can enter in your life. Even a childbirth is possible. Maybe you do something out of your creativity, and even you can get name and fame also at this time. That is also possible. And because you can even uh, buy something for your comfort, for your luxuries, all those things. Even you can buy something as a home or as a vehicle. All these things are possible in your case. Even your mother, your relationship with your mother will also be cordial. Talking about your friends, social network, your elder siblings, everything will be cordial uh, till I should say 19th May. After that, when Venus will enter into the Taurus sign on 19th May, it will get conjunct with Jupiter, which will be placed in the Taurus sign from 1st May. Along with that, it will get conjunct with Sun. Now, when this conjunction will happen, degree wise and if near to also, then what can happen is that being the Lord of the 7th and the 10th house, Jupiter placed in the 12th has somewhere loss of, losses in business, career can happen. Even some loss can happen in the case separation can happen from spouse. That is also possible. If you were in a relationship, that also loss can happen. So most probably there are certain things which can increase your expenditure at this time. Definitely you can travel at this time. If the condition looks good in your chart according to the Mahadasha and Antar and Pitantar, then you should go for investment. Okay, 12th house also talks about investment. If you will invest, then definitely you can gain lot of money out of it. But if you are not investing, then this will lead to certain kind of expenditures also, because Venus here will also be there conjunct. So you can even spend for your own education, for your own creativity, for your relationship, all those things, for your children also. Unnecessary expenditures can come. And even mind it, many people can even see losses in their business, losses in their job, career, and even not just losses, but some people can see separation from their spouse also. Even they can travel with their spouse for, for leisure and enjoyment, along with their children also. That can be their possibility of travels. Now, as I said, when Saturn is there in your ninth house, being the lord of your eighth house, so Saturn in ninth house is definitely increasing your luck. But along with luck, it is bringing a lot of transformation, eighth house things, and lot of hurdles also. So anyone who is connected with the research activities, any kind of research oriented work, definitely it's a good time for you. But if you are not connected with any of the research oriented work, then mind it, it is definitely increasing your luck. It is helping you travel or see all those changes in your life, higher education, foreign travels, or any distant travel. But still, problems, hurdles, and transformations will always be there. Such people, Geminis, usually because their ninth house lord and eighth house lord are connected, Saturn, then they will always see there is always a certain trouble, certain hurdle, certain transformative relationship with their father, and even with their bosses and gurus also, because the ninth house and eighth house is connected. Now, if I talk about another thing, which is Rahu and Ketu. Rahu will be there in the 10th house, and Mars will also be there conjunct with Rahu in the 10th house. So, Mars being the lord of the 11th house and the 6th house. Somewhere talk about that till 14th May, when it will be in the Uttara Bhadrapad nakshatra of Saturn, which is placed in the 9th house, some changes can come in your career front. Some changes can come, okay? uh, and that change can be all because of the competition, and the even it can increase your anger in the career front. So mind it, you need to calm down, you need to control your anger, especially with the bosses and the colleagues. That is possible. If I say, some changes definitely can come in your career front. And not just that, but because transiting Ketu is also there in the fourth house. So Rahu and Ketu, whenever they are transiting in some houses, then definitely changes are there, transformation. So Ketu being in the fourth house is not separating you from your home place, or but what it is doing is it is bringing transformations over there. Lot of transformations can come in your home. Okay, maybe you shift to one place to another place, to another place to another place, or like that. And if not that, then there is a possibility that you only make changes in whatsoever home you are living in. You make a lot of changes in there at this time when Ketu will is transiting in the fourth house for Gemini ascendants. And if your Mahadashantar and Pitantar is definitely there, then it will give major impact in your life, strongly, very strongly. So I would just tell you that for all the Gemini people till 14th May, just remain calm, control your expenditures, control your anger, because after 14 May, Mars will be in Mercury Nakshatra, which will be Nakshatra, Revati Nakshatra, I think. Yeah, and it's a Mercury Nakshatra, and Mercury being in the 11th house somewhere, it will help you gain something in your career too. But till 14th May, control your anger, control your words, control your fight, competitiveness, all those things, behavior, expenditures, all those things. Okay, so this is my suggestion for all the Gemini ascendant people, Lagna people. I have almost covered most of the things for Geminis. As now I will talk about Cancer. For Cancer ascendant people, for you, because Aries sign comes in your 10th house. Now in the Aries sign, I can see Mercury placed over there, transiting in the Aries sign in your 10th house. So some, if the Mahadasha Antar and Pratyanta is good, because it will be conjunct with Venus and Sun, so Buddhaditya Yoga and good yogas are forming. Some Dhani Yoga is also forming. So if the Mahadasha and Antar and Pratyanta is good, then definitely some jobs related to foreign companies, foreign countries, uh, MNCs can come in your life. You can even go for higher education also to foreign lands. That is also possible. And even, as I said, there is a possibility of gain from foreign currencies, foreign elements, all those things. Export import can be done. All those things, many several things, investments in foreign, any kind of investment in foreign financial things, related things. That is also possible. But you will somewhere gain out of it. Okay. Now, after that, uh, in May, from 19th May, Venus will enter into Taurus sign, where Jupiter will also be placed from 1st May. Now, Jupiter here in the 11th house will definitely give you lot of gains and opportunities. Even your friend circle and social circle will increase. Something good might happen in your elder siblings' life. Even possibility of childbirth, marriage, and some new changes, even good changes in your younger siblings life, some new changes, some new start can be there in your life. Along with that, because Jupiter here will be conjunct with Venus also and Sun also, so I can certainly say your desires can get fulfilled at this time. All the desires you had or your elder siblings had, or anything related to, if you are working into internet of things like social network, anything related to media, maybe your social network get increased, you're working in Instagram, Facebook, or making videos, or other creative things, your intelligence will increase. You will be able to do a lot of creative things. Okay, you will be able to focus on your career, your education, and all those things. So this is a very good time. Even for relationship, you might get into a relationship. That is also possible. Now, similarly, if I talk about, even, as I said, there will definitely be some really good time in your family. If I talk about Cancer ascendants, Saturn will be there in your 8th house. Now, 8th house Saturn being a lot of your 7th house is certainly bringing a lot of transformations, a lot of changes, a lot of hurdles in your life. But possibly it is also bringing marriage, it is also bringing business opportunities in your life, along with all the transformations, hurdles. And if you have any kind of inheritance, or you if any others money, if your parents invested for you as a FD, mutual fund, all those things, possibility of getting that is also there at this time. So you can get others money. Even your spouse can give you some money for anything you want to initiate in your life. So these are some of the combinations which are forming for Cancer ascendant people. And now, because Saturn is aspecting your 10th house, now it will give complete result of that 10th house, your 2nd house, and even your 5th house. So anyone who wanted to see any kind of change in their career, in their family, money stability, for the childbirth, relationship, education, creativity, these are all going to come in your life, because Saturn is now almost 18 degree, and Jupiter will be they're in the Taurus sign instead of Aries sign, where earlier Saturn was giving its 3rd aspect. So now the complete aspect of Saturn and Jupiter will be there on Scorpio sign. Now, Scorpio sign is the most active sign for almost all the Lagnas, because Jupiter is also aspecting it from 1st May, and Saturn is also aspecting it, and it is coming in your 5th house. Now, for Cancer ascendant people, 5th house becomes very active, so possibility of childbirth, getting into relationships, something in the field, something in the terms of your uh, education, something related to, if you are into product selling, any kind of product selling, any kind of career where you are into product selling, creativity, okay, that these all things are media, these all things will prosper at this, and most possibly relationship and you know mm, childbirth, and any karma related to mantra sadhana, occult science, that also you can complete at this time. This Jupiter will even aspect Ketu, placed in the Virgo sign in the in the 3rd house. Now, Jupiter being in the 11th house will aspect the Ketu in the 3rd house. So it will ask you whatever gains now you are getting, whatever desires you are about to fulfill, whatever opportunities you are going to get. Before that, whatever things happened in your life, whatever bad things happened in your life, you tried very hard, because 3rd house is all about your willpower and strength. So you tried very hard, okay. 3rd house always talks about how much hard work you do in your life. So maybe you tried very hard, but you never got that result. Now Jupiter's aspect on it will tell you, you will get all the gains and opportunities, your desires will get fulfilled. First, let go of all the bad things happened in your life, because Jupiter and Ketu conjunction aspect anything, it always talks about to let go of things. Especially these people shouldn't have any kind of pride about their education and knowledge. So they should let go of things, even if they have immense knowledge. Impart your knowledge freely and let go of that. You have this knowledge, you are so much intelligent, you achieved this, you achieved that, whatever. You need to let go of all those things, then only opportunities will come in your life. So this is what the real meaning of Jupiter aspecting Ketu. I've almost covered most of the things for Cancer ascendant people. So this was it. If you really liked my analysis, please do subscribe to my channel Deep Astro Universe, and you can take any paid consultation. Even my Kundli booklet PDF is now available at just 1000 rupees, and that will provide you enough information that you can anytime open it and find it what events are going to come in your life. So thank you so much.